This is a table I did before, had a sun in the center of it. I ground everything off, brought it down to its natural surface, and then I top coated it again. I'm going to tape it off, put some wood around the edges, and brick in the center. That's how it turns out. Alright, next step, lay out all the tape lines. Went ahead and marked the corners of where I want to go. Best way to do this is just eyeball straight down it. You need to pull it taut but not too taut. And then push it down in the center. Don't go all the way in one run, because what it'll do is it'll move around on you. So once you pat it down and then rub it down with your fingers, cut it off, and go to the next one. What I like to do is leave about 3 or 4 inches hanging over the edge, and then where your mark is with your pencil, hold it with your thumb, and then stretch it out a little bit. And then the same thing here, just sight down it. And then again, pat it down with your hand, and then rub over it. Alright, this is after I've taped it. I said the interior is going to be brick. The center of bricks will be one color, the exterior or the other bricks around them, and then the outside is going to be a wood. Okay, today I'm going to put a top coat on. I went ahead and pre-moistened the surface so it wouldn't suck all the water out of the material. What I'm going to do is put a light coat on it, and I'm going to come back and use a broom to get the grain effect of the wood. And then use a chip rag to put a few knots in it. Now I've got my tape hanging down on the bottom so I can tell where my joints are going to cross. That way when I'm brooming it, the corners will be broomed one way along with the side pieces. Let that sit just a little bit, stiffen up a little bit, come back and the spots that you don't think have enough material on it. Just sit over it. Okay, it's set up for maybe 5-10 minutes at the most. And now what I'm gonna do is just I've moistened this brush up, and I'm just gonna run it right along it. And I'm gonna, since these corners are all the same, up into my tape line right here, I will run it right over the edge. And then I'm going to offset just a little bit where it comes in, where the tape lines are. Right here, so I'll offset it. And the same thing here, I've got a tape line here, so I'm going to come down over the edge, following the lines coming this way. And then I'll switch it, coming back this way, up to my other line. And then come back, line here. Well, this will run all the way around. The only two that will be different will be these two end ones here. Got a small chip brush. What I'm going to do is try to make a couple knot holes. You just turn them in a circle like this, and then don't need a whole bunch, just a couple. And if you got some areas that look too heavy, just take your chip brush and clean them up a little bit, smooth them out. You can always come back and hit the top real light if it's too rough with a stone or sand paper. And come back, everything you've got dripping off the edge, take off. Okay, I pulled the green tape off that I had separating the edges. And then I'm going to go ahead and mix some more topping up and then trowel it on, and it'll be a pretty tight trowel for the brick. Okay, I misted the top down again with some water to keep it from soaking up or drying out the mix. All I'm going to do is bring a little bit to the edge. And if you get some on the edge where you've already broomed it, where your wood is going to be, take your broom or your chip brush and go back over it. Just hit that wood. And remember, you got a 1/4 inch of tape on there that's going to hide some of it also. This is getting tight already. That's in the sun. And I'm going to put one more coat on the top of this to smooth it out, take some of the sandiness away. Here in a few minutes. And it's the same mix that I've already mixed up. I'm just going to take this trowel edge marks out of here. And it don't got to be perfect because brick's not perfect. Alright, move this out in the sun a little bit more. Now I'm going to put my final coat on top. I'm trying out pretty tight. And this second one is not nowhere near as sandy as the first one. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time hitting it back and forth. You'll notice you get to a point where it feels like it's starting to pull up and it's starting to get tight. You need to quit working it a little bit and then I'm going to spray a little tiny bit of water on here. Use a pull trowel for the very last piece. And all I'm going to do is just mist it. And it smooths it right out. And I'm not just going back and forth, back and forth. I'm moving it around. So you're not going to see the trowel marks. You ain't going to see them anyways once you pull the tape. Well, I think that's set for maybe 3 or 4 more minutes. Let some of the water come off the top. Hit it one more time and it'll be done. Okay, it's set for maybe 3 or 4 minutes. And I'm going to hit it one time and it's going to be real light. I'm not going to push down real hard. I'm going to go real light. Just to take out any areas that were raised in the trowel. And I'm making sure that I'm not pulling anything, rolling anything up. I don't have a whole lot of caulk on the edging of the trowel. Pretty standard. Basically, that's all there is to this portion. Areas that are like this right here, I'll just come back and pull that off and then use the chip brush. Alright, I mixed up another batch of like a thin, real thin finish. And all I'm going to do is stick my trowel down in it. And all I've got is just the tip with a little bit of mud. And I'm going to blop it around. And it's going to create a void in certain areas where you'll have high and low spots. And then this will be finished very smooth on top. And it'll be like a 3D two-tone texture effect. And this also you don't want to hit a whole lot. I think it's only about 93, 94 out here right now. You can well see the sweat is coming from the ground. Okay, this is after I've troweled it. Kind of hard to see out here in the sun. Alright, I went ahead and took a stone, went all around all the edges, knocked all the burrs off. Now I'm pulling the tape. I'm going to pull straight up. Just that simple. And this is the same day I put the top coat on. You can wait another day, but I'm impatient. And I like to go back through and just get it done. Okay, I'm going to start coloring. I'm going to use a dark brown on the four corners, and then I'm going to use a lighter color in the center. And all I'm doing is using a chip brush, coming right to the edge. Bringing it down. And if I make a couple passes, if I go with one in the beginning, and then I go back over it again, the second one that I go back over it will be darker. Now I'll show you the different effects. Putting two different coats on, what you'll get. The darker and the lighter. Real prevalent right here. There's a knot. Alright, I'm going to put a lighter color on now. And this one I'm going to put a full coat on. Yeah, I've got one more color, a little bit of an orange tint to it. I'm going to put it on top of this yellow. Down there, I just want to get it down in the deep crevices, so I got a rag and just wiping the top surface off. kind of see the two-tone effect. This is still a little bit wet. It will dry up some more. And then all the color will come right back out once I put a sealer on it. Here's another technique for getting some splatter on it. Take a chip brush, shake it off a few times, and then just flick it in the air. I did this with the orange color, and now a black. Just to give it another effect. And this is what it looks like. Alright, today I'm putting the sealer on. I've got the sealer on halfway right here, and you can tell the difference between the two colors. Or, not colors, but from being sealed and not being sealed. Usually if I'm in a big area, I'll use a roller. But this is such a small area, I'm just going to use a paintbrush. And you just want to put it on a light coat. You don't want it to be too thick. Better to put a couple thin coats versus one real thick one, or a couple real thick ones. And if you're doing it in the heat, you want to try to stay out of the sun, because it will start gassing on you and you'll get bubbles that will air up. And the way to get rid of the bubbles is putting another coat on it when it cools down. Here's the finished product. 2.5 days worth of work on and off.